A fourth day of confrontations and conflict outside the courthouse in Charlottesville. Meanwhile, inside, James Alex Fields Jr. was arraigned on charges that include second-degree murder. He's the man police say used his car as a weapon during that deadly weekend attack. He is being held without bond tonight. Meantime, tonight, President Donald Trump denouncing neo-Nazis and white supremacists as criminals and thugs. The president making the remarks while also updating Americans on the investigation into this weekend's deadly racial protest in Charlottesville, Virginia. Mark Meredith joining us now live from a Washington, D.C. bureau to talk a little bit more about it. Well, Mark, the president was facing a lot of pressure about how to respond properly to this weekend's violence.
Hey there, Keith. He sure was, and that pressure was coming from a lot of Republicans that wanted the president to put out a strong denunciation of what happened over the weekend. But what's interesting, we heard from a man from the Bay Area today that said he's been okay with the way the White House has been responding.
48 hours after the violent protests and deaths in Charlottesville, Virginia, the president denounced white nationalist hate groups by name.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists.
On Saturday, police say James Fields, a white supremacist from Ohio, was allegedly the driver of the car that tore through a crowd of protesters, killing one woman and injuring others.
To anyone who acted criminally in this weekend's racist violence, you will be held fully accountable.
Today's comments are more direct than the ones the president made over the weekend, and they came just after Democrats and Republicans started pressuring the White House to condemn white nationalists by name.
Merck CEO Kenneth Frazier went even further. He resigned from a presidential commission as a sign of protest. But not everyone thinks the president's initial response was lacking. Pastor Aubrey Shines of Tampa.
This president had the right tone. He had the right language. I stand with this president. His response was appropriate, and I think he's showing, in my opinion, very clear leadership on this issue.
Shine says he and several others in the black community are pleased with President Trump's work to improve race relations. The Justice Department has launched a civil rights investigation into the Charlottesville attack, but the president says that individual Americans must contribute as well.
We must rediscover the bonds of love and loyalty that bring us together as Americans.
The president had a chance to meet with the Attorney General and the new head of the FBI just before he made those comments. Certainly a sign that the White House is paying very close attention to this case. Keith?
Mark Meredith, live in our D.C. bureau. Thank you.